Yes, Lord. A lot of I think about my brother so much when I think about this because a few years ago I did something. Me and him always talk. We have good heavenly, spiritual, good talks. My brother Tony, he is so much of the motivation of me doing this. But it was something that I talked about, and I said the surface. A lot of people like to touch on the surface and not the core. The core is the core of the problem, what's deep embedded. But we as people will rather touch the surface. The surface is the minute things. They are the small things that really doesn't matter, but you can never get to the core of the problem because we're always focusing on the surface. And the surface consists of things like, say for instance, I have a problem with you because this girl, same girl, she keep liking, loving and hearting things on your Facebook page. Okay. Do I have any control of that? No, you don't. But I'm just saying, it's something going on with you and her. I guess you got control of it. Yeah, you always do this. You always do that. You always do this. You always do that. You're never here for me. You're never this or that. Mom, you abandoned me. This and this and this and that. It's all surface type of things when you really need to get to the core of what's going on with you and why you're constantly feeling that way. You know, it's something in the core of you that's a problem within yourself that you don't want to visit. And most people need to seek God and try to seek a better understanding so they may be able to visit, like, what is the real problem at hand. So say for instance of this, me myself, my life is an open book. So I never ran around with anger or frustration or blamed anybody for anything, especially my childhood. But one day my mom said to me, she said to me just out the blue, me and her was taking a ride. We was going to visit my favorite aunt, may she rest in peace. One day, me and my mom was taking a ride, and she said, just out the blue, she said, Joe. I said, yeah, baby. She said, you still mad at me? I said, no, Mama, why would I ever be mad? Why would I be mad at you still? She's like, for all the things that I put you guys through, and y'all being in foster home and stuff like that, from me beating y'all and things like that. And I was like, Mom, get out of here. Like, Mom, that was 100 years ago. Like, no, I'm not, still affected by it, And I know that I was, you know what I mean? And I lied to her and didn't want to touch on it because it would probably make me emotional. But most importantly, I didn't want to touch on it because I know that it would hurt her, you know what I mean? And, made her feel some type of way. And I don't want that for my mom, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want that for her. So I avoided, speaking with my mom about the core of things that may have affect me in my life, you know what I mean? So I ran around and I chose not to deal with it. And the more that I chose not to deal with it, the more I felt justified in the things that, I used to do or consider other people. No consideration or anything like that, because I feel like I wasn't considered, or I feel like I was abandoned, or this and this. And so the more that we continue to tell ourselves that nonsense and believe it and not deal with the core of the issue, then unfortunately we continue to let it eat us up, and it bothers us, and it messes with our relationships. The list goes on, These are short videos. I don't want them to be too long, so I'm gonna cut this one and talk on another subject. But nevertheless, you're going to start seeing pretty soon my podcast come from my brother and I. It's a lot of information. When God give you gifts, the gifts are never for us. You know what I'm saying? They're for someone else. So that's why I'm doing these videos, that I may be able to help or touch or, plant a seed where God can give, light and water to it, that it may produce fruit. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for listening, tuning in, paying attention. Thank you so much.